Notorious DJ.
English 6, Quarter 1, Module 2, Visual Literacy Through Images. What I know. Directions. Read the statement carefully. Write yeah if the statement is correct and na if it is incorrect. Number 1. Visual media refer to pictures, images, and graphic organizers which are used in the classroom. The answer is yeah. Number 2. PowerPoint presentation is the most common example of visual media. The answer is yeah. Number 3. Visual media cannot help students retain concepts and ideas. The answer is no. Number 4. Facebook is an example of visual media. The answer is yeah. Number 5. YouTube allows videos on its platform. The answer is yeah. Lesson 1. Describing forms and conventions of film. What's in? Lights, camera, action. Directions. Identify what form is depicted on the following films. Choose your answer inside the box and write it on a separate sheet of paper. The choices are: we have action, comedy, crime and gangster, adventure, drama, epics or historical, musical or dance, science fiction, horror, war, and fantasy. Number 1. Probinsyano.
Ador, according to our investigation, lumaki na yung mga sindikatong tinitiktikan namin doon. At yan ang iimbestigahan mo.
Kinakailangan na natin iligtas sa mga bata.
Kapag kakatiwalaan ba natin si Ador?
And the answer? Action. Number 2. Once Upon a Time.
Ngayong tag-araw, kikinang ang magical summer mo sa Once Upon a Time.
Ano po yung mapang yun?
Isa yung may wagang mundo na punong-puno ng kayamanan at kakaibang nilalang.
Ito na ba yung mga tao? Kuya Yami! I miss...
The answer? Fantasy. Number 3. Spider-Man.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers.
The answer? Action. Number 4. Encantadia. The answer? Fantasy. Number 5. Mulawin.
Ama, kwentuhan mo naman ako tungkol sa mga alamat
Anong alamat?
ng Avila, ang Halconia, ng mga Mulawin at Ravenna.
Ang kapayapaan ng dalawa.
The answer? Fantasy. Do you like watching film? So now, what is a film? What is it? A film, also called a movie or motion picture, consists of moving pictures that have been recorded so that they can be shown at the cinema or on television. A film tells a story or shows a real situation. The process of filmmaking is both an art and an industry. There are different forms of film such as number 1. Action are a film genre where action sequences such as fighting, stunts, car chases, or explosions take precedence over elements like characterization or complex plotting. Number 2. Adventure are a genre of film that typically use their action scenes to display and explore exotic locations in an energetic way. Number 3. Comedy is a genre of film in which the main emphasis is on humor. These films are designed to make the audience laugh through amusement and most often work by exaggerating characteristics for humorous effect. Number 4. Crime and gangster is defined by the corrupt actions of criminals or gangsters, bank robbers, underworld characters, thugs, or who operate outside the law. These characters typically steal, kill, and attack their way through life. Their actions often result in violence. Number 5. Drama is a genre that relies on the emotional and relational development of realistic characters. Number 6. Epics or historical often take an historical or imagined event, mythic, legendary, or heroic figure and add an extravagant setting and lavish costumes, accompanied by grandeur and spectacle and a whipping musical score. Number 7. Horror is one that seeks to elicit fear in its audience for entertainment purposes. Number 8. Musical or dance is a film genre in which songs by the characters are interwoven into the narrative, sometimes accompanied by dancing. Number 9. Science fiction is a film genre that uses speculative, fictional, science-based depictions of phenomena that aren't fully accepted by mainstream science, such as extraterrestrial life forms, alien worlds, extrasensory perception, and time travel, along with futuristic elements such as spacecraft, robots, cyborgs, interstellar travel, or other technologies. Number 10. War is a film genre concerned with warfare, typically about naval, air, or land battles, with combat scenes central to the drama. Number 11. Fantasy are films that belong to the fantasy genre with fantastic themes, usually magic, supernatural events, mythology, folklore, or exotic fantasy worlds. In order to communicate key messages to an audience, producers of films use certain conventions and devices such as lights, blocking, direction, characterization, acting, dialogue, setting, and setup. Number 1. Light is a convention of films used to create a specific atmosphere. It is a very important aspect for shaping meaning in films. It can manipulate a viewer's attitude towards a setting or a character. Number 2. Blocking is simply the relationship of the camera to the actors. Essentially, it is the physical movement of the actors relative to the position of the camera. Number 3. Direction is a process of making sure that every component of a movie runs smoothly. Number 4. Characterization is a process by which the writer reveals the personality of the character. Characterization is revealed through direct characterization or indirect characterization. Number 5. Acting affects the way an audience responds. This includes facial expressions, body language, and delivery of lines. Number 6. Dialogue is the exchange of spoken words between two or more characters in the film or moving pictures. Number 7. Setting is both at the time and geographic location within a film or within a work of film. The setting helps initiate the main backdrop and mood for a story. Number 8. A setup is also called set design. It refers to the creation of a scenery that depicts the look or physical appearance of the set for your film. It is often structured of built-in studios. It can also be outside locations. What's more, directions identify what form is depicted on the following films. Choose your answer inside the box and write it on a separate sheet of paper. The choices are: we have action, comedy, crime and gangster, adventure, drama, epics, or historical, musical or dance, science fiction, horror, war, and fantasy. Number 1. The Lord of the Rings. And the answer is fantasy. Number 2. The Conjuring 3. And the answer is horror. Number 3. Avengers. And the answer is adventure. Number 4. Mr. Bean Holiday. The answer? Comedy. And number 5. Avatar. And the answer is science fiction. What I have learned. Film, also called moving picture, is a visual art form used to stimulate experiences that communicate ideas, stories, perceptions, feelings, beauty, or atmosphere. It is recorded or programmed in moving images along with sound and other conventions or devices. The different conventions are lights, blocking, direction, characterization, acting, dialogue, setting, and setup.